In a flashback, we see why Shane thought Rick was dead. Oh, he did! He tried to get him out, but he couldn't. Back at the CDC, they all head inside. Jenner feeds them, they drink a bit, and relax. Then Jenner gives them a tour. Andrea breaks down, feeling all hope is lost, as Dale comforts her, saying it's a chance at something new. Rick tells Jenner how bad it is outside, and that it left him feeling hopeless. Jenner tells Rick it's all gonna be okay. Shane aggressively comes on to Lori, and she shoves him off. In the morning, they all eat breakfast hungover. Jenner shows them someone dying, and then coming back to life as a zombie. This was test subject 19, telling them he knows virtually nothing about the disease. He hasn't been in contact with anyone for a month. The group is not happy to hear this, especially Andrea and Jacqui. Dale asks him about a clock counting down. Jenner walks off. Rick asks the computer, Vi, what happens when the clock runs down? Vi says, facility-wide decontamination. Rick, Shane, T-Dog, and Glenn look around trying to figure out what that means. They find loads of flammable barrels, empty generators, and empty fuel canisters. The air conditioning and lights start shutting down. Rick questions Jenner. Jenner says everything is running on schedule. Rick says they're leaving. An alarm starts going off as Jenner locks them in, saying he can't even open the front door again, telling them the place self-destructs when the clock gets down to 0 to prevent infectious diseases from getting out. Shane and Daryl try breaking the door down, as Jenner tries to convince them to give up. Daryl wants to kill him, and they hold him back. Then, Shane feels the same, and Rick knocks him down. Rick asks Jenner why he stayed at the CDC when everyone else left. He says because he made a promise to his wife, test subject 19. Rick argues for hope and asks for a chance. This convinces him to open the door. Rick leaves saying they're grateful.
The day will come when you won't be.
Then Jenner whispers something to him, and the group starts running out. Andrea and Jacqui stay behind with Jenner. Dale decides to stay with Andrea. They try to get out, but the glass won't break until Carol gives Rick his grenade, and he blows up the window. They all pile out as Andrea decides she doesn't want Dale's blood on her hands. So she and Dale leave right in time. Jenner and Jacqui are happy to see everyone got out. They embrace as the building blows up. The crew drives off, and we look at the smoke from the destroyed CDC as we fade to black. Another incredibly powerful episode of television. The character of Jenner and his tragic arc, the way Jacqui ends up joining him and Andrea's going to, but Dale convinces her otherwise. The actual explosion at the end of the CDC and the grenade explosion before that. Shane coming on to Lori in the most disgusting way possible. Rick telling Jenner that he's felt hopeless while they were out on the road, and Jenner telling him it's going to be okay. Jenner showing them TS-19 and it being revealed later that it's his wife. Shane going into the hospital and trying to save Rick but not being able to. All of these sequences are so powerful, and there's only a few big action sequences in this episode, but the weight and the hopelessness the characters feel in this episode is so potent, and I just absolutely love that this episode is willing to take it there and is not forcing the action sequences, but makes them fit in perfectly with the narrative structure that they're telling. Extremely wonderful episode of television. I give it a solid 9.3 out of 10. Big highlights of this episode are Edwin Jenner as a character, them getting out at the end, and Rick telling Jenner he was hopeless while they're out on the road. By the end, he's fighting for hope to get out. R.I.P. Jacqui. That is TS-19.